Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday if you live in the US. So, today I've got a good one. So, have you ever wondered why you're doing all the right things? You're eating clean, you're trying to sleep better, you're working out, and yet your body still feels stuck. Maybe the bloating won't go away, maybe your hormones feel all over the place, or maybe your weight won't budge no matter what you do. If that's you, today I want to talk about something that most women overlook, but it is one of the biggest root cause drivers behind stubborn symptoms like unresolved stress and trauma. Now, and before you think trauma, that basically means something. A lot of people think trauma and they think something huge and dramatic. Stick with me here. This is going to make so much sense. So, a lot of women in their 40s and 50s come to me saying, I feel like my body's working against me, or I'm doing everything right, but nothing changes. But what most people don't realize is this: your body can only heal when it feels safe. So if your nervous system is stuck in survival mode, even from old stress that you think you've moved on from, it can completely change how your gut, your hormones, and your metabolism works. Now, when I say trauma, I'm not just talking about the big events we all think of. I'm talking about anything that overwhelmed your system at the time. You want to think of chronic stress that you had to push through, being overworked for years, a hard relationship or divorce, caring for everyone else but yourself, medical trauma, childhood stress, losing someone, or even things like surgeries, infections, or long term periods of burnout. Your nervous system doesn't care what caused it. It only recognizes, do I feel safe or not? Now, let's talk about what happens in your body when you don't feel safe. We're going to talk about like what actually goes through like with your body. So first thing is your gut slows down or it speeds up. So when your nervous system is on high alert, digestion gets pushed to the back burner. You may experience bloating, gas, constipation, loose stools, reflux, food sensitivities, SIBO or dysbiosis, and other imbalances in the gut, or just things you might notice that normally digestion's fine, it's good, and then all of a sudden it just kind of goes sideways. That's because in survival mode, your body says now is not the time to digest. We need to stay alert. And the second thing is your hormone shift. This is where so many women get blindsided. Chronic stress changes your cortisol rhythm, which is your stress hormone. And when cortisol rises or stays chronically elevated, it steals from other hormone pathways. And that can tend to look like low progesterone or estrogen imbalance, irregular cycles, heavier periods, perimenopause symptoms hitting harder and earlier. Or you might notice disrupted sleep or afternoon crashes in energy or just overall irritability. It's not that your hormones hate you, even though it might feel like it. Your body is adapting to chronic stress signals. And then the third sign is weight loss resistance. This is a big one. Stress and trauma directly impact the metabolism. Why? Because when your body doesn't feel safe, the last thing it wants to do is burn fat. Fat is protection. Fat is energy storage, y'all. Fat is survival. So even if you're eating less, you're working out harder, or trying new diets, your body may literally be holding on to weight because it's trying to keep you alive. This is especially true in perimenopause when cortisol becomes much more influential. Now, why can't you out diet or out supplement a triggered nervous system? This is actually a big one because oftentimes it just gets swept under the rug and we just think, oh, I can just, diet harder or have stronger willpower, be strict, or we fall into the trap of some magical supplement that you think is going to help us. And this is the part that's hard for many women to hear, but it's also the most freeing. You can take all the supplements, you can do all the diets, you can work out harder, but if your body doesn't feel safe, you can hit the same wall over and over again. And this is why many women think that they're failing, but it's not failure, it's physiology. But here's the good news. Healing is absolutely possible. It doesn't start with massive changes. It starts with helping the nervous system feel safe again. Now, here are a few ways that you can start today to work on balancing your nervous system. The first is breathe in a way that tells your body that it's safe. This is one of my favorites, and this is probably the most simple, is try 4 seconds in and 6 seconds out. The long exhale tells the brain we are not in danger. So just very simple. Count for 4 breaths in and then 6 slow breaths out. And do that a couple of times. And that just works so well. The second thing is create a safe signal morning routine. This can be something as simple as light stretching, sunlight. This is a big one that's very underrated. Warm lemon water, journaling, or even 5 minutes of quiet time before the day hits you. I get up earlier. I get up early every day just to kind of have a little bit of that quiet time before the daily chaos starts. And just having those few minutes can just set the tone for the day. And the third thing to do is eat in a calm state. Chew slowly. Sit down for your meals. Rushing meals is one of the fastest way to trigger digestive symptoms. And the fourth thing is support your gut-brain axis. This can look like rebalancing the microbiome, reducing inflammation, repairing the gut lining, stabilizing blood sugar, targeting nutrients for stress adaptation. And the fifth thing is work on nervous system healing, not just mindset. Nervous system regulation is much more than mindset. Mindset does play a role, but you gotta actually do the nervous system work. And this might look like somatic work, EMDR, breath work, gentle movement, talking with a therapist, or simply just building practices that bring your body out of fight or flight. Healing isn't about perfection. It's about safety. So if your body feels stuck, if you feel like you're doing everything right, if you're frustrated because nothing is changing, it is not because you're lazy or undisciplined. Your body is responding exactly the way it was designed to. It's protecting you. And once we help your nervous system shift out of survival mode, the gut starts healing, your hormones rebalance, and the weight magically starts to move. So if this message hit home and you feel like this might be the missing piece for you, I'd love to support you more. This is exactly what I help women uncover inside my practice with understanding the gut, the hormones, the nervous system, and how they all connect. So if you need help identifying what your body needs, just comment below or send me a message and you don't have to navigate this alone.